Watch and burn.
Hey everyone. So tonight I want to discuss Plaid's brilliantly designed Scintilli. I'm assuming that's how you pronounce this. The only thing I suppose that I'll say right off that I'm sort of disappointed with is there's no track listing. There's no booklet. All you get inside is the disc in its little plastic holder that all these years I've been neglecting to keep it in because I'm brain dead. And then through, oh my God. See, I sort of slept on this release too, which is a little disappointing because see, in the package comes the disc that has some of the song titles on it. And then this thing that opens like this. And because I slept on this release, I didn't pre-order it. And when you pre-ordered it, you got the copy that this thing was actually, I believe it was made out of some kind of metal. So it was a lot more robust. But like I said, because I missed that, I had to get the paper one. And the point here is what you do in order to get the song titles, of course, because they're nowhere to be found on the front or back of the packaging, is you put your disc through this like so, and then you do this, and then depending on the way you hold it and whatnot, you will see that the song titles are there, and they do nothing to help you figure out what number they are. But this thing is very cool, and it can sit, and it like makes a ball, of course, like a hamster wheel. So you can roll this around the floor if you wanted to. I don't really know why anybody would want to do that, but you could. It's very cool. But yeah, I mean, I love Plaid. I love Plaid because they do things like that where they're clever with their design work and how, like, I mean, clearly this is like the coolest thing they've ever done. I mean, that is just so much fun. I mean, look at that thing. And this record, this is like Plaid at their like most industrial, I suppose. And when I say industrial, I don't mean so much like the style of music, like, you know, KMFDM or Skinny Puppy or, you know, VNV Nation or the Nine Inch Nails or something. I mean, this record sounds industrialized, I suppose. Like, this record sounds like they recorded a bunch of machinery in a factory somewhere, manufacturing whatever it does. And the songs on here are really dark sounding. Like, this record is so freezingly mechanical. Like, everything on here, it's so coldly emotive, I suppose, because all of Plaid's music is still very emotionally involved and it's very like emotionally focused. But this record is just so machine-like that it kind of feels like this was made by a Terminator, you know? The T-1000 decided to record this in an afternoon while he was out looking for John Connor or some shit. And it works. I mean, this is, as far as I'm concerned, I think this is Plaid's absolutely darkest sounding album. But with tracks, and I'm using Spotify for this, but I gotta say Unbank is on here, which is like one of the catchiest songs I've ever heard in my life, and it's like one of the catchiest songs Plaid has ever written. Unbank is on here, iRobot's on here, as well as my other absolute favorite track is Upgrade. I find that the whole record plays off each other incredibly well, and it still kind of has that Caribbean sense of like Plaidness to it, because I will say with Plaid's earlier discography, especially like with Not for Threes, they have a very tropical sense to their music. Like, it does sound very Caribbean at times, and they've always sort of kept that sound going right up to pretty much present day. And that is ever present on this record. But I will say again that that bouncy sort of positive Plaid isn't here. It's still bouncy. And I'm not saying that it's negative, but Plaid's music has always been so fun and so uplifting. Like, I don't care how bad your day is. If you put on Dang Spot, you can't help but smile. You may not see the track through because you still want to kill yourself or whatever, but for that moment, once it's like kicks in and everything's really bouncy and fun, Dang Spot will lift your mood, even if it's just momentarily. And I will say that Plaid's discography has always had a really, really strong sense of conveying positive emotions, I suppose. And this record, it's not like that. This record is kind of off on its own, and it feels like I said, it feels like it was recorded in a factory somewhere where there's absolutely no life whatsoever, you know? And yeah, so I think I'll leave it there. So thank you so much for hanging out with me while I discussed Plaid's Scintilli. I don't even know if that's how you pronounce this. But like always, if you like this review, don't forget to do something nice for someone, and I will see you guys soon. Have a good night. I just wanted to say thank you for making it through the entire video. I really appreciate it. And I'm going to remind everyone one more time, even though I've probably already done this in the video that you just watched, to please click the like button as well as the subscribe button because it helps this channel grow. And thank you for hitting like and subscribe, and we will see you guys really soon.